Are these two conspiring? Take a listen, and I'll give some background.
Or maybe a reaction to his shots yesterday.
He just said he didn't feel good from them. Like,
He didn't look good last night.
he looked pale last night, and I asked if you were okay, and he said yeah, but he was saying his chest was hurting, but...
Meet Kouri Richins. She was working at Home Depot when she was checking Eric Richins out, and he was checking her. They met at Home Depot, and that's how he became her husband. And that's also why he left his house in a body bag. Meet Lisa Darden, Kouri's mother. In 2006, Lisa's partner died unexpectedly of drug poisoning from an overdose of oxycodone. Just before the partner's death, Lisa had been named the beneficiary of her partner's estate. In 2022, Eric Richins was served a cocktail with F in it, which caused him to die. Kouri served him that cocktail. And who was there at the Richins house that night? Lisa Darden. And just like brick to mortar, just before Eric's death, Kouri Richins took out a new $100,000 life insurance policy on Eric. The total coverage? Approximately $2 million. Kouri made sure to do this less than 6 weeks before his demise. In 2024, a detective investigated the suspicious death of Lisa Darden's partner in 2006. He also reviewed Kouri's phone history and determined Kouri was very close with her mother. They communicated daily. The detective said, based on Lisa's proximity to her partner's suspicious death and her relationship with Kouri, it's possible she was involved in planning and orchestrating Eric's death. Here's Lisa at one of Kouri's first hearings after she was arrested for Eric's death. No, those are not Hermes bracelets. So let's look at that body cam footage again. This was on the night Eric was murdered. You'll see Kouri on the couch talking to the officer. And then you see Lisa coming over to the couch, giving him an explanation on why Eric died. They both do. Look at Kouri's legs. Yeah, red flag.
Or maybe a reaction to his shots yesterday.
Oh, maybe it was a reaction to his shots yesterday. That's interesting that you bring that up, Lisa. Because 17 days before Eric was served the tainted cocktail, Kouri attempted to poison him with a sandwich. She fed him the sandwich, and he definitely got sick. But he didn't die. She did this on February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day. How did she do it? On February 11th, she asked her house cleaner to secure some opiate pills. And when that didn't do the trick, 3 days after the initial attempt, Kouri asked her house cleaner for something stronger. And that is what did the trick. Eric got so sick that he apparently joked that Kouri tried to poison him. From witness accounts, they seem to have brushed it off as an allergic reaction.
Or maybe a reaction to his shots yesterday.
Her soft-spoken voice is a key indicator to me.
He just said he didn't feel good from them. Like,
He didn't look good last night.
he looked pale last night, and I asked if you were okay, and he said yeah, but he was saying his chest was hurting, but...
But what? Look at these two go. Like mother, like daughter. Eric's sister mentioned something pretty interesting when she took the stand. In the early morning hours of March 4th, 2022, when Eric was found unresponsive, well, Lisa was already at the house. She was with them the night before. And when Kouri called 911, she also called Eric's family. And they arrived at the home. And after Eric was wheeled out of his house in a body bag, here's what Lisa said.
Lisa Darden, Kouri's mother, said, when are we going to talk about that Eric wanted to be cremated?
Well, that's odd. According to Eric's will, his preference was to be buried. But regardless of that, what kind of question was from that? An outsider, Kouri's mom. And also timing. But there's more. On that same night, Kouri's half-brother's fiance came over. Here's what she said.
Ronnie, Kouri's brother's fiance at the time, I think they were engaged. He came in to talk to Kouri. It was really interesting because Kouri was consoling. And
to give you some context here, Kouri was consoling Ashton herself after being asked to do so. Kouri wasn't giving him any attention. But Eric's family said, your son really needs you. So as she was consoling him, this broad comes in.
It was really interesting because Kouri was consoling, and then she immediately kind of stopped and focused on, they would call her Bree. And Bree started talking about the closing of the Midway Mansion.
What? And how did Kouri respond?
Kouri was very businesslike, very telling Bree exactly what to do, and I was dumbfounded. And I looked at Kouri and said, you can't tell me you're going to close on that Midway Mansion when my brother just died. And she looked at me matter of fact and said, yeah, absolutely. He has nothing to do with it. The money's already gone through. It's all my business. I'm going to.
Her husband was just pronounced dead. She's talking about closing on a multi-million-dollar mansion. And she also discussed her plan with how she would run her husband's successful stonemasonry business.
That morning, did Kouri Richins say anything about Eric's stonemasonry business?
Yes. She had a plan for how she was going to run his stonemasonry business.
And there's more. Right after Eric was wheeled out, while Eric's family was still there, Eric's son Ashton ran to get his father's Apple Watch.
He went and got my brother's Apple Watch. Kouri was standing by him. She took it from him, and he said, "I want my dad's watch." So I watched her take the watch, delete the entire watch, everything off of it, and then give it back to Ashton.
And in another twist, Kouri finds out all of her murderous activities were for nothing, as she fraudulently took another life insurance policy out on Eric. Eric also did something. He updated his will, unknowingly, to Kouri the killer.
When Eric died, the house belonged to Eric. Eric was the trustee of his trust. So the house was in a trust, and Eric was the trustee.
And then once he died, who became the trustee?
I became the trustee.
Ooh, how's that for justice? So Eric passed away. No, he was murdered March 4th of 2022. Kouri was arrested in May of 2023. Once she realized she wasn't going to be the heir to Eric's multi-million-dollar legacy, and once she realized investigators were onto her, she penned a children's book about grief. We see that a lot, don't we? Not about grief, but we see people who murder their spouses or ex-spouses pen a book at some point, before or after. That's interesting, isn't it?